Hey guys, what's up? Card up here. This is my 6-month review of my PF Flyers white center highs. I bought these back in March, right before Easter, or shortly before Easter, and I've worn them a lot. I've actually worn them a lot this summer, because it's summer. I'm outside a lot more, working. I work for a church, and I have a summer feeding program where we drive around with our canteen and hand out food for kids. So I've worn these a lot this summer compared to how much I was wearing them when I first got them. And they've held up pretty well. I mean, sneakers that are $60, the quality tends to be lacking when you pay for shoes that price, because that's cheap for shoes, sad to say, because $60 is kind of a lot of money when you think of it. They've held up really well for 6 months of active wear. And I say they're still worth the money. They're still worth more than Converse All-Stars, because if you see my video of me comparing Chuck Taylors versus PF Flyers, you'll know that I prefer PF Flyers a lot more, and that opinion still stands strong. I'm still going to buy another pair of PF Flyers over Chuck Taylors because the quality is far greater than a pair of Chuck Taylors. But there is a flaw in PF Flyers that I've noticed. And I have the all-black Sandlot PF Flyers. And this issue is in the same with the Sandlot PF Flyers. Now, these shoes are vulcanized, which means that this side of the shoe is glued on to the sole here. And with that being said, let's see. I've noticed that this is starting to happen right here, which, in all fairness, that's really normal. Because if you've seen how much I've worn these, get a good shot. That's pretty worn out, and this is 6 months. That's like week 2 of me owning Chuck Taylors right there. So, and that's pretty normal. That crack you see right there from the wear, that's really normal. So it's not really a flaw; it's just normal. But that's something you kind of need to know, and to not be surprised when that happens, because that's normal with these kind of shoes. And just so you know, I know what quality is when it comes to footwear. These are a pair of Alden 405s. I've had these for a little more than a year now, and they're amazing. Totally different experience wearing these kind of boots compared to sneakers. And I need to get the heel replaced, and that's why I don't wear them, because the heel needs replaced. But they've held up really, really well. And I like wearing all white shoes like this because I think they look better as they age. They kind of tell a story in a way. But there's some dirt. You can see the dirt stains and all that stuff. The stitching for the label has stayed. It hasn't come loose at all. Like, it's still pretty... It's not coming off anytime soon. And one of the great things I love about PF Flyers is that the label's actually sewed on. That's one of the great things, man, because Chuck Taylors, they just glue theirs on because they're cheap. We'll give you a look on the other. Overall, they've held up really well. I'm going to definitely buy another pair. And these probably got another 5 months of life left in them, in all honesty. Let me show the other shoe. These are a little more dirty, but same thing. Held up really well. And the fabric has stayed white for a long time. Usually white gets dirty pretty quick and it turns up like a brown. In 6 months of wear, it's starting to turn brown. Like it's now just starting to really turn brown. And the toe cap is still pretty white for the most part. I mean, it has scuffs. The front is pretty... Like, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. This is the flaw right here. It's worse on this shoe. I drag my toes more on this shoe. But you don't really notice it unless you're going upstairs. And that's about it. That's like the one flaw with these shoes, really. These shoes aren't comfortable for standing in one place for a long time. I wouldn't wear these if you're going to be standing. Like if you work as a cash register person, I wouldn't wear these if you have that job because it wouldn't be comfortable. But for walking and all that stuff, these are really good. I kind of want to say they get more comfortable as you wear them. But yeah, PF Flyers, man, they're $60 for a better pair of Chuck Taylors. Now, a lot of people on my comparison video say that Chuck Taylors has a 1970s version of their shoe, but that's $70. All right, that's $70 you're paying for a new version of the 1970 Chuck Taylor. But PF Flyers, they charge you $60 for the same exact design and build as they were back when kids were wearing them, and now grown men like me are wearing them. But so yeah, oh, and this happens too, but that's kind of a thing with Chuck Taylors. But this just started happening. Like I've had these for 6 months, and this started happening maybe like 2 weeks ago. And Chuck Taylors, this happens like right when you really start wearing them. And not trying to sound biased or anything, because I do like Chuck Taylors, but the quality is just terrible. Like I used to love Chuck Taylors, but I can't just buy them anymore when the quality for these are so much better. If Chuck Taylors were still $20 like they were when I was in middle school, I'll definitely buy Chuck Taylors. But I'm not paying $60 for a pair of Chuck Taylors. And I'm definitely not going to buy a pair of $70 Chuck Taylors that are modeled after the ones from the 70s when PF Flyers has the same design and everything. The back label is still there. The label on the side is stitched in. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. The laces, oh my gosh, these laces are phenomenal. I have to lace. I lace up these up in the morning. I put them on in the morning, and they stay tied like all day. Unless I go to a theme park, I'll probably have to tie them up again at a theme park. But these laces stay tied for a long time. Like they're amazing quality shoelaces. Like everything about PF Flyers, when it comes to the fabric on it, the shoelaces, the comfort, the firmness of it is amazing. The only flaw is that over time the rubber wears out and it starts to come off the shoe because they're vulcanized. Let me give you a shot without me holding them so you can get a really good idea of what I'm talking about. So that's what they look like. Curvature for me walking. But really good. Get it close up. Oh, that was The Godfather, not Lord of the Rings. But, yeah, so yeah, they're definitely good shoes, man. Like, excuse my Diet Cokes. But definitely worth the money. I'll give you another shot and then I'll call it a video. Good shoes. They've lasted 6 months. Not good for standing in one place. But they're good for daily use. Walking, serving food, stuff like that. Wouldn't wear them for if you're doing like moving boxes or furniture. I would wear boots or better shoes for that. But this is a nice casual shoe. Good, worth the money. Definitely invest in a pair if you want a pair. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions on the shoe, I might be able to answer them down below. So if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. One day I plan on owning the Made in USA version of the PF Flyers, but those are $150. But they're completely handmade in the United States, and the inside of the shoe is leather, and it has a big old stamp that says Made in USA. What's better than that, right? So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.